everybody. Intuition here. Thank you as always for making time and space for us. Today we have a question for you. And the question is, are you a slave to your body? Don't worry, many people are in this world. It's hard not to be. With all the Botoxes and plastic surgeries and keeping up with the Joneses and clothes and fashions and everything in between. It's hard not to look at yourself and want your body to be the best that it can be, looking as jacked as you possibly can, as beautiful as you possibly can. However, when does that move out of balance and turn you into a slave in which you are doing things for the body as opposed to your body being a container for you to do what it is that you need to do in regards to your evolution? You know you are not your body, right? In the sense of the fact that your body, again, works as a containment to allow you to experience an evolutionary process that enables you to remember all it is that you are. But if you start over-identifying with the body and going out of balance with it, then you become simply fixated on the idea of evolving your body as opposed to evolving yourself. You get lost in the evolution of your body by trying to groom it all the time, or bringing it to the gym, or showing it off, or putting a bunch of different clothes on it that you don't need because you have so many of them. You inject it, you sculpt it, you put a knife to it, you pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to look and get a different face on and a different body on, and to suck the fat out of it, or to put the fat back in, or to put a prosthesis in there that was not natural, but is now natural because it's in your body. And there's nothing wrong with doing those things, as long as it's in balance in the remembrance of what you are to begin with, which is not your body. But when you hyperfixate on the body, then that only lends for one reality, and that reality is you are simply living to continue to help the body evolve and not to help yourself evolve. Because if you were just the body, then you would have the consciousness, so to speak, of an animal. Many animals behave in that survival instinct because they are over-identified to some degree with the idea of the body. It is all about preservation of the body. And that is why animals behave in the way that they do, because it is all about keeping the body safe. Because on some level, again, their understanding is the body is me and I am the body. But we usually, sometimes we do act like animals, but usually we are not acting from that place of self-preservation. And it is not because we have many luxuries today in today's world that prevent us from having to be in that fight or flight space and state. It is the idea that we have a certain level of consciousness, a remembrance of the self to some level, that we are more than just the body. So if we are more than just the body, then why are we acting quite the contrary? Because in us losing ourselves, we're getting farther away from remembering all it is that we are, and putting an overemphasis on something that doesn't really matter. And that does not mean don't take care of the body, just become a big roly-poly-oly and roll around from place to place, or wither away and be blown about like a leaf in the wind. That means to find a balance within the things that are most important. The body is important. It is important to look good and feel good. But when that starts going out of balance, when there's an addiction to getting Botoxes or clothes to make the body look good, or hundreds of thousands of dollars on liposuctions and facelifts and face plants and all that in between, then who are you really working for? Who are you an agent of? And what are you an agent to? So it is simply a suggestion, simply food for thought. Many of us are so caught up in our image that we forget that we're more than an image. That we create the image, but we also are creating all the images. So if we are creating all the images, why are we focused on just one image? When we could be focused on all the images and then therefore create an immense change as opposed to just one change within this fixed body and state. When there's a balance and a cohesion between this, and out there, that is when all the images coalesce and you are able to really manifest and make something beyond what the body and the identification of the body can give you. So, again, food for thought. Take it, don't take it, who gives a crap? It's all up to you. So, as always, we are full of gratitude for you making time and space for us. And we wish you well, deciding what is more important, you or the body, or both, in a harmonious state that lends to each other as opposed to taking away from each other. It is not all about the spirituality and is not all about the body. It is about that beautiful gray area that exists between both of those aspects that enable a fulfillment of life itself. But what the hell do we know? Well wishes and good luck.